Welcome to Viewing Africa. I am Dorcas Bello. In a world transformed by the relentless dance of climate change, where chaos and destruction seem to reign, a symphony of hope emerges from unexpected places. As the delicate balance of nature shifts, groups of passionate individuals are constantly emerging to weave a tapestry of creativity that embraces the challenges and transforms them into opportunities. These are climate heroes, and that is what we will be viewing today. Once again, welcome to Viewing Africa. Look around your home right now. How many faulty or outdated electronic appliances do you have? Let's head over to Kenya, where a recycling organization is prioritizing the reuse, recycling, and repurposing of digital gadgets to combat Africa's growing e-waste crisis. They also ensure that the safe destruction of e-waste that cannot be reused. Now let's take a look at this story. This facility takes care of electronic waste that are dangerous to the environment. A team of technicians are scavenging for valuable parts from a pile of circuit boards in these facilities situated at the outskirts of the Kenyan capital, Nairobi.
Now, when it comes to the public or individual or households, now that's why we do things like estate drives. We go outside, get food soldiers, sensitize on the public, let them know that they should get these things that they've hoarded in their environment, in their houses and the environment out them, and then we get them. So we release our trucks, release our pickups. It goes to each estate so that we've been able to agree with, probably with the estate chairmen, and then once they're able to give unto us, now we come in, do the whole now process again, recycle, refurbish, repurpose, or reuse them.
Rapidly growing youth population and the demand for the consumption of electronic devices is high globally. The Institute of Materials Science and Technology estimates that the amount of e-waste generated annually in Africa will grow to 4 million by 2030. In one of its studies, the institute says that while Africa generates the low per capita generation of e-waste, the continent is the premier site for dumping of e-waste by developed countries. These circumstances led ICT expert Tom Musili to start this initiative in 2012 that has grown into the Waste Electrical and Electronic Equipment Center, WE Center social enterprise.
If we don't make sure our nation is safe, our Africa is safe, our generation will not inherit anything, will be everywhere, will be toxic, chemical. So I think it is our duty now as a youth to save the environment.
Johnson is a supervisor at this center. He says the initiative is geared towards saving Africa. With initiatives like this, Africa hopes that e-waste will be history. Who are your favorite musicians in the country? That's your country. Can you imagine them sacrificing 2 months of their artistry pursuit just to spend time with you and others in the community, not just anywhere, but in the forest? Let's take a look at this special story. Walking across the 25-hectare forest in Tisale town, Osiro and Yode, popular musicians in Ivory Coast. They are leading a team of large volunteers, artists, social media influencers, and government officials on a reforestation exercise they tag Reforestation Caravan.
Nous avons décidé chaque année je peux dire, sacrifier 2 mois de nos activités que nous mettons à la disposition de notre pays pour reboiser. Voilà. Je pense que faire quelque chose pour ce pays, c'est mieux que faire pour soi. Seul. Voilà. Et comme ça nous rend plus heureux. Parce que le bonheur dépend de la définition de chacun. Pour nous, le bonheur pour nous, c'est que tous ceux qui sont autour de nous et que les gens de notre pays soient heureux.
Africans had over 16.5 million acres of forest at independence. That's in 1960. But it has drastically dropped to 4 million acres due to tree felling. You see, this is why what Ciro and Yodi are doing is so important. The reforestation caravan started in May 2022, and so far, they have planted 300,000 acres. It doesn't end there.
Le troisième volet, il y a un volet social parce que quand nous finissons de reboiser les parcelles, nous permettons aux femmes des forêts environnantes de faire du tongia. Le tongia, c'est quoi? C'est une technique agricole qui permet aux arbres forestiers de pousser avec des vivriers. Nous le faisons pour l'autonomisation des femmes et en même temps pour qu'elles soient les gardiens de nos plantes. Voilà.
While the women are making their income, they became the guardians of the planted trees. Ciro and Yode don't do this all by themselves. Although they started alone, they are now supported by Sodefor, a state-owned company charged with protecting national forests. They also have partnerships with the private sector, community leaders, and academic institutions to help manage the cost of seedlings and organize the hundreds of people that are taking part. In addition, they have an arrangement with the Ministry of Public Health and the Minister of National Education that has made it possible for school children and university students to take part in these initiatives.
Now, we all know that there's environmental abuse and it's rampant in the world. Now, can Asian traditions hold the key to protecting a river's survival? Today, I'm going to take you to a trip in a community in Ghana where local legends are protecting their rivers and vegetation using ancient magic. This is the story of TANO River, a river that supports not just the livelihood of thousands of people in the 4 regions of Ghana, but also the country's ecosystem.
Drinking from the river are flocks of cattle who seem to find solace in its pure taste. The Tano River isn't just any river but a treasured heritage and the lifeblood of the Tano community and even their livestock.
TANO River is very helpful to the people of this community. Domestically, we use for washing, cooking, drinking, and so many other uses. Potters also use it in their work, and then some also use it for irrigation purposes.
The Tano people forged a pact and drafted strict edicts that govern the river's usage. No fishing, no littering, just respect for water and its gifts.
There are so many traditions that the people of this community have used to protect this river. One, they don't fish in it. When you go to other places, they fish in it, but here we don't fish in it. You can't wash in it, and again, we don't step in this river with your footwear or whatever.
They believe that by sparing the fish, the river's delicate balance will flourish.
Yenya clay ewo nsuo no eho yetu no nsuo no de na yetu no ho ti me mani firi de ya yenya ye nana okofo da tekofa clay adwuma ba kurom ha ya me nsum be hunu ye no aboa ye kwan bebre so ya eboa ye clay no ho ma yenya adwuma sanse TANO nso nye TANO so hankwa ne da nso nye ba bia na omunya saa clay wi e de ye adwuma ti me mani firi ye de no ho se nsu no ne moa e de aboa ye kuro yi mu no eno no.
In addition to helping farmers, the Tano River also plays a vital role in the lives of potters who can easily access clay and water for their pottery work. Joseph enjoys drinking from the river's refreshing water in his leisure moments.
Mina me song asio TANO bofo akwa. Enye enne. Efri say be chichiri TANO yi. Ena nam yewura otumfo so. Man sika yi bedi yensem a yede som asio TANO bofo akwa. Kure da ha nyina obisa papa ya obeka. Ye fie nko na santen ne sika no eda yede som asio TANO bofo akwa. Samudi me duru nim ha ya. Na ho asem bia o mabisa bia.
As seasons pass, fish play freely unharmed while the water flows in harmony. This is only possible because the people understand that safeguarding nature's blessing is a shared responsibility.
Me am de me yan say bia nsu ne ye say empe semina nsu nti ye mfa bingum na ye mfa bola sungum ade e chiri ne ye mfa nkom na wo ye ba so na obu nsa omfa enkom nti eno nyina ye se na be ya nsu ne tembia be da ho amaye.
The TANO people believe their tradition is the major drive for their strong ecosystem. They are using modern communication methods such as radios to educate the people, ensuring that the river's legacy thrives from generation to generations to come.
It is indeed a race to save the world. Now, joining me in the studio is Chirkadeshi, the climate change editor of Unzipped Stories Africa. She'll be sharing with us her experience as a climate action editor and the importance of telling climate action stories. Thank you for staying with us. Remember, I told you I'll be joined by the Unzipped Stories Africa Climate Action Editor, and she's right here standing beside me in the studio. Chirkadeshi, thank you so much for coming to our studios tonight.
Thank you for having me.
So, I am a bit curious. Would you want to let us in on why it is important to tell stories of climate action, or why did you choose to tell climate action stories?
Okay, so I'll start from why I chose to tell the stories. Climate change is one of the issues that affects the world the most at this point because it affects terrestrial life, it affects marine life, it causes adverse weather conditions, it affects agriculture too, the amount of food we get. So there's so much at stake, and I think it is important we tell these stories.
Okay, so why did you choose to tell the stories? Is there any specific reason?
Well, climate change sounds really abstract. Before I started to, I didn't know so much about it. But telling these stories is the only way we get to connect others with climate change because they hear relatable stories of how it has affected people and of the things people are doing to better the environment. And that inspires others to want to take action too.
Yeah, so if I get you right, it's about informing the people about climate change and also informing and then inspiring others.
Exactly.
Oh, through stories. It's more like a theory of intertextuality. So I see this and it makes me to maybe consider wanting to do an initiative. Oh, I see.
That's right.
So how has the journey been for you so far?
It has been a really interesting story because there are so many creative ways, so many innovative things people are doing to make the climate conditions better for us. And some of these stories are really emotional. There's a story of someone who took action because his father had cancer and he heard that one of the causes of cancer, even though, there are so many causes, one of those things is climate change. And he took action to start a reforestation campaign to make the environment safer so no more people have to suffer with cancer because of climate change. So there are a lot of stories like this that are really emotional and connects people, connects me, connects others to want to take action.
All right, so there you have it. It's a question of what action are you taking to save the planet. All right, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Now, this is how much we can take on News Live tonight. But before we go, a look at our major stories. The National Youth Service Corps loses bid to stop hearing of Governor Peter Mba's 20 billion naira suit. The People's Democratic Party unveils 363-member campaign team for Bayelsa, Kogi, Imo, Gobo tolls. Plus, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky visits Odessa church damaged after Russia strike. Thank you so much for joining News Live. Bye.